What's up, travelers? It's Eliz from Means to Travel, coming to you from sunny Tucson, Arizona. And today I'm going to share with you 5 things that you should absolutely try to do whenever you visit Tucson. I've been coming to Tucson for the past 20 years, often multiple times a year. I've actually spent 3 summers interning here at different businesses, and my husband and I even got married here. So I have done all the things there are to do around town, and I want to share with you some of my favorites today. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I recommend that you do when you come to Tucson is to make sure to get out into nature, so that way you can experience everything that the Southwest has to offer. I particularly really like visiting the state parks in the area. Specifically, my favorite is Sabino Canyon State Park in the northeast side of town. I really like it because it's a great state park for people of all ages because of the tram system that runs through the canyon. So you can jump on the tram and have a trained volunteer guide tell you all about the canyon's history, as well as enjoy the beautiful views of Tucson and the canyon while you're there. There's another state park as well that I want to mention, which is Catalina State Park, that is very beautiful and has great trails too. If you're a national parks fan, you are probably going to be interested in visiting Saguaro National Park, which is on the west side of Tucson. And that one is a great way to learn about the local Sonoran desert and see all those saguaro cacti that are so iconic to the region. Finally, I recommend doing a horseback ride if you're interested in kind of getting to know what the cowboy lifestyle is actually like, etc. And a lot of the local resorts and hotels can set you up there. And there's also just lists of ranches that do trail rides that are guided, that you can just go for about an hour or so and get a full Southwest experience. Some of you might not realize this, but Tucson was actually the first city in the United States to be designated a UNESCO City of Gastronomy, which means Tucson is absolutely a food city. And the second thing that you should definitely do when you come here is to make sure to eat the local cuisine. My very top way that I like to do that is to visit El Charro Cafe, which serves up a lot of great Sonoran Mexican food, which is kind of the local Mexican cuisine du jour around here. And specifically, one thing that they are very much known for is their carne seca, which is meat that's been dried in the sun. All right, our food came. I'm so excited.
All right, so I ordered the famous El Charro Carne Seca Chimichanga.
So what is carne seca?
Carne Seca is a beef that is aged in the sun, dry aged in the sun with a lot of spices that cooks it. And I am gonna eat the heck out of this. It's gonna be yummy.
In one bite? Just kidding. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
All the YouTubes, they love it.
Oh good.
All right, and I got enchiladas with green sauce, and I'm excited that there's guacamole on this plate too.
Very good.
It usually comes with sour cream or yogurt, but I opted against that.
No.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Awesome. All right. So as you can see here, my husband is eating a chimichanga with carne seca inside, and it's absolutely delicious. Absolutely a must try. Second thing that I like to do is when I'm here at San Javier del Bac Mission, they often have the local Native Americans selling Indian flatbread. Right now, unfortunately, as we're filming, they're not doing it because of the pandemic, we assume, but it is a tradition that we've been experiencing for the entire duration of time that I've been coming to visit Tucson. The last thing that I like to do is to make sure to eat a Sonoran hot dog. So those are hot dogs that are wrapped up in bacon and have tons of different toppings on top. And it is a local treat, just beloved by all Tucsonans. And my favorite place to go to get that is a place called BK's. So as you can see here, we are enjoying our Sonoran hot dogs. All right, we got the number 3 combo, Sonoran hot dog and 2 tacos. Derek's first Sonoran hot dog. Take a bite.
It's a very soft bun.
How good is it? And as we go through this list, if you are liking this video, definitely press that red subscribe button down below so that way you can see more of our Southwest adventures and all of our travel videos on this channel. The third thing that I think that you should check out when you come to visit Tucson is the local museums. So there's an incredible one that we always love to visit that is called the Desert Museum, and from there it's pretty much like an outdoor way that you can explore the local flora and fauna of the region. And then there's also within the Desert Museum campus an aquarium that shows you a lot of the fish and everything like that in the Sea of Cortez nearby. So it's an awesome place to see all of those like javelina and local snakes and reptiles and everything like that that you've heard so much about in this southwestern region. Additionally, we wanted to shout out, despite the fact that there's so many museums, it's too many to name, but we wanted to shout out the Center for Creative Photography, which is associated with the University of Arizona. If you're a fan of photography, it's a really cool place to go and spend an afternoon. Speaking of history and culture, the next thing that we think that you should do is to make sure to get out and explore the historic areas of Tucson. For example, I'm standing here at the San Javier del Bac mission, which is an old Spanish colonial mission that was founded in the late 1600s and is part of a series of missions that were built all over the Sonoran Desert, which Tucson is a part of. We really like visiting here and seeing all of the intricate architecture on the front facade and walking into the chapel that's here. Then I would also recommend visiting some of Tucson's old neighborhoods, or what we call barrios. There's several to choose from, but the one that we drove past on this trip is Barrio Viejo, and you can see a lot of great local architecture and local churches, etc., and just feel like you're going back in time. Lastly, I want to mention that there's a place called Old Tucson that was pretty much built to be a movie set in the Southwest, like places, a lot of Westerns were filmed there, etc. And it's a really cool place to just go take pictures at and see what the old Southwest feel might have felt like. The last thing you should definitely do if you have time when you're here is to take a day trip outside of Tucson, and there's so many to choose from. I really like going up to Mount Lemmon, which is just north of the city, and they have a little town called Summer Haven. It's absolutely a mountain town. When you're driving up the mountain, you get these incredible views up down towards Tucson, towards the valley. So it's hard to just not stop at every viewpoint and take pictures. But keep going, and once you make it to Summer Haven, there's all these great local boutiques and shops and fudge and pie, and such a fun day trip. Plus there's great hikes up there, so you're basically in a completely different climate once you're there. There's evergreen forests, and usually the temperature is a lot lower than it is in the valley, so definitely a must-do if you are inclined to take that quick road trip. Another one that I really like is going down southwards towards Mexico, and on the way there, there's a tiny little town called Tucson, Arizona, and it's kind of like an artist community where there's a lot of galleries and local art and even imported Mexican art that you can shop and browse and just spend a whole day enjoying the restaurants and shops there. A third one that we really like to do is to visit Patagonia, which is also kind of south but further east from Tucson, and that area has a meadowy grassland because it's at a totally different elevation. So that's another place that's really cool to go visit and see, again, a completely different type of nature. And the last place that's really popular to go visit as a day trip from Tucson is Tombstone, Arizona, which is kind of this preserved Wild Wild West town that you can go and pretend that you're just a cowboy riding through town. So I hope you guys really enjoyed our 5 things to do when you come to Tucson. There's so many options, so many great things to do and explore in this city. If you did, give this video a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to press that red subscribe button below too so you don't miss any of our travel videos to come. Thanks everybody for watching. Cheers. Happy travels. Bye. I didn't get any meat.
Sounds like you need to take a second bite.
Yeah. Oopsies.
Hey travelers, don't forget to subscribe.
and let's hang out more. Here are some links to other helpful travel videos on my channel, and press that notification bell so you don't miss any new and awesome travel videos to come.